Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Charles Allen with Team Synergy, and we've been doing a series on mindset. And one of the things that really stop people in reaching their goals in life is really having a complete understanding of the power that they have within themselves, and also to the blessings that God has really given you. It's really your legal birthright. And so, what we're going to talk about today is we've been doing a series on Napoleon Hill's book called Outwitting the Devil: The Secrets of Freedom and Success. Well, with this actual book, we're going to cover a few things in this book, but I'm going to encourage that you go and get it, okay? Here are a few things that we're going to cover. We're going to cover in chapter 4, we're going to cover the independent thoughts and the lack of fear, and then what is a drifter? Are you a drifter? And then also we're going to cover what is, the non-drifter has a mind of his own and uses it for all his purposes. So these are the things that we're going to cover in this actual video. Okay. So in this video, we're going to talk about the in chapter 4. It talks about the drifting with the devil. What do you mean by that? What did Napoleon Hill mean by that? Many times we war, and I made this little simple drawing. You have positive, when you have a positive mindset, and that example of when you have the angel on one side, and then you have the mind in between the ears. Sometimes it may be warring, positive and negative thoughts. On the other side, you may have a negative mindset. So these are things that many times we may not be aware of, or we should be aware of. And no, I'm not saying that you're crazy or people we're wacky. No, I'm not saying that. But in reality, is that many times our mind can play tricks on us. And I've heard of the term called a monkey mind, and it can go from one extreme to the next. So in this series, my goal, okay, in this series is to show you why it's so important to understand why your independent thoughts, okay, are so important. And when if you have a lack of fear, for example, if you're talking about starting a home-based business or a brick-and-mortar business, or even if you're talking about doing some things different because you want to generate side income or passive income, well, you'll have to begin to think different. You'll have to start position yourself to get around like-minded people that actually, think like you think. Well, in this book with Napoleon Hill, he talks about, okay, a drifter is a person that kind of, is kind of like the wind. They go with the wind. They're not set in stone with what they want to do or accomplish. So in this series, what I want you to get out of it is that you want to make sure that you're not a drifter. Make sure that you're not going with the wind and allowing other people to sway your decision, but you be steadfast and know exactly what you desire, what you want, and claim it and call it and go after it and have that desire. If you want to build that business, or if you want to position yourself to generate the income into where you don't have a 9 to 5 and you have more financial freedom, well, you can do that. And if you want to sell essential oils and help other people live a healthier and a more meaningful life, it's nothing wrong with that. But the key is that you have to be definite with your purpose. You have to be definite in the things that you do, no matter what it is. Okay, no matter your business, your niche. Okay, you have to know your true calling. And this is what we're talking about today. Knowing your true calling. Don't be a drifter. Okay, Napoleon Hill, he talks about many times the devil, he gets people to drift in school because they'll go from one major to the next, or not knowing what they really want to do with their life. Even in church, he talks about how he could get people to drift even with their spirituality or their belief in using fear when they use fear, it almost like paralyzes a person to be able to thrust themselves and take action and start doing things to make things happen. For example, if you want to start a business, you hesitate before even signing up. If it's building an essential oil business, or if it's learning how to recruit, or how to learn more about marketing, sales, knowing how to prospect, how to close, overcome objections, how to use the telephone, how to use the internet, how to use belly to belly, or whatever the case may be, whatever it may be, if it's something that's hindering you, that's what you want to do, is you want to get over that hurdle where you don't have anything to stop you. You want to be focused. You want to have a pure desire, a pure energy to be focused and reach and get what you want to do and what you want to obtain. And so that's the difference from a non-drifter. A non-drifter is a person, he claims what he or she wants. They demand and they go after it, and they're not, they have their thoughts and their mindset is focused on what they desire, what they want. They're going after it. Okay, and so I want to encourage everyone, to take out the time, and I want you to get this book called Outwitting the Devil, because this book is it's so well put together. Here, I want to show you something that I think is really, here's a simple quote here. Okay, yeah, I want to show you this simple quote here. Alright, simple quote. And I'm going to read it to you, okay? See if I can make it a little bigger. Okay. In this book, it was a man. He was actually 3 feet from gold, and the co-author, he interviewed more than 55 of the today's top leaders. And when he interviewed these successful people, he went through and he talked about their toughest moments and how they were to be able to persevere and reach a great success. And here is a comment from Julie. Julie, she makes a comment and she talks about that it was a Hall of Famer, and he was with 3,740 victories under his reign, and he actually described her struggling at the beginning of her career as a jockey. And Julie, she was a jockey, and she wanted to be, she really had that strong desire. Well, what she did, she just showed up every day. They at that time, and during that time of the year, or during that time, it was more male driven, and they didn't want to give her a chance to be a female jockey. And so what she did, she was consistent, and she kept showing up every day and being consistent. Well, eventually she knew that they would put her on a horse, and she knew when they would put her on the horse, that was her chance, that was her shot. So she was waiting for the opportunity, and she got it. Well, she winded up becoming a Hall of Famer, and she really broke many records. But her ideal was that she kept showing up. She kept showing up. And so the question I have for you, just like Julie, she was named one of the toughest athletes of all time in the U.S. today. Are you showing up? You got to keep showing up. And remember what I said here on the quote. Okay? What is a drifter? You know what a drifter is now. Are you a drifter? Okay? And then here's where Julie made a difference, and how we can make a difference as well. She was a non-drifter. She had her mind of her own, and she used it for all of her purposes. Are you using your mind for all of your purposes? For everything you desire, you want, health, wealth, and love? So those are the things that we want to encourage everyone to do in their life. Alright? So once again, this is Charles Allen. If you want to get more information about Team Synergy and essential oils and living healthier and living a more fulfilling life, We even have a segment that talks about finances. We talk about essential oils. We talk about health and wellness. So we want to be well rounded. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Charles Allen. I will see you on the inside. You can simply, if you want to get more information, come meet us at www.10kbehealthy.com. Take care and God bless.